Chris Chinnock here in the ETRI booth, the Korean research organization, and they're doing this is a demo for ATSC, OTA, and OTT, which means that it's an AK demo. And what they're using here is a scalable HEVC. So scalable platform, a scalable content. The idea here is that you have 8K content that's separated into a base layer and an enhancement layer. And each of these layers can be sent over different transport channels. In this case, they're doing the over-the-air is the 4K. And what they're showing here, here's the receiver, and there's the transmitter for the over-the-air ATSC 4K signal, and that's about 20 megabits per second. And then the enhancement layer is going over a broadband connection. This is the receiver and the transmitter over here on the other side. And that is going at about 20 to 40 megabits per second. So you may have noticed that the enhancement layer is a lot more bandwidth than the base layer. And that's because while the payload is actually smaller, the bit rate has to be a lot higher because you're encoding all the high frequency elements that would be used by the receiver to reconstruct that 8K image from the 4K base layer image. Now, scalable HEVC as a standard has been around for quite some time. Unfortunately, no TV manufacturers or broadcasters that I'm aware of have implemented that into their as a commercial service. As I understand, however, there may be at least one TV manufacturer that has a prototype 8K TV that can combine these two signals, the over-the-air and the broadband signal in the TV itself. I mean, if you have an external box to do that, that's one thing, but doing it in the TV is clearly more important and more beneficial and part of the ATSC 3.0 standard. Another way you can do this without scalable HEVC is to use a pre-processing codec like LC-EVC, and ETRI is going to be looking at that option in the future as well. So that's the story here. Chris Chinnock for the 8K monitor.